Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Is it good? Yeah. In this game you play as Kirby and it's a 3D platformer. Kirby can copy opponents' abilities, so this means you're changing how the game plays throughout the game, which is great as there's so many different abilities and weapons to use, each were very unique and fun to play with. They can even be upgraded to make them more powerful. To do this you have to play mini levels, where you're given a set goal to complete in a certain amount of time. These were lots of fun as there was lots of different challenges. These mini-levels had 2-tier rewards, one which would let you upgrade your weapons, and one which was harder, which would pay out coins. The harder one would only pay out 50 coins, which, to put in perspective, most of the game I had over 1,000 coins, so going for the harder objective felt kinda pointless. It's not just enemies that Kirby can copy, there's also items in the world, such as a car, vending machine, and a few more. These were also great, but they did reuse the same items throughout the game, but I didn't mind, as most of them were so much fun to use. There's lots of different stages, each with their own themes, but nothing you won't have seen before. These stages are filled with quite well hidden collectibles and Waddle Dees to find. There's also set challenges to complete for each stage, so there's a lot to do for completionists. Once you finish all the stages in an area, you're given a boss fight. This game wasn't that hard on the hardest difficulty, and I only died 4 times, all of which were during boss fights. The boss fights were good and very well designed, but the same bosses are repeated throughout the game, which is pointless as once you know their moveset, they're easy to defeat. The graphics were not great and a little blurry, but the worst part was the frame rate. Whilst the game already runs at a low 30 frames per second, enemies and moving objects in the distance would run at what looks like 15 frames per second, which looked ridiculous. Saving Waddle Dees will send them to Waddle Dee Town. This is a hub where you can heal up, use a gotcha machine, or play all the minigames. The minigames were great and there was lots to do, such as fishing, serving food at a restaurant, a labyrinth puzzle, and so much more. These were all great fun and kept me coming back to see what else had been added when I saved more Waddle Dees. The game had a great soundtrack that suited each different area's theme very well. That was Kirby in the Forgotten Land, and I give it a 7 out of 10.